Have you ever wondered, should Christians celebrate Halloween? Are we unknowingly embracing a dark tradition, or is it just harmless fun for the family? What would Jesus say about this? Stick around as we dive deep into the history, beliefs, and meaning behind Halloween. And don't miss the shocking truth we'll reveal at the end of this video. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts in the comments. Let's uncover the mystery together. To understand whether Christians should celebrate Halloween, we first need to ask, where did Halloween even come from? It's not just about candy, pumpkins, and spooky costumes. Halloween's roots go much deeper, back to ancient times. The Celts, around 2,000 years ago, celebrated a festival known as Samhain, a festival to mark the end of summer and the beginning of winter. But it wasn't just about the changing seasons. It was believed that on this day, the boundary between the living and the dead became blurred. Spirits could roam the earth, and people would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off ghosts. Now, what does that sound like to you? Is that something Christians should be celebrating? Or is it a festival that invites something far more sinister? How did Halloween become so popular? But Halloween today seems so different, right? How did a pagan festival become one of the most popular holidays in America? The answer lies in history. Fast forward to the Middle Ages when Christianity started to spread, and people began to merge pagan traditions with Christian beliefs. All Saints' Day was introduced, also known as All Hallows' Day, a time to remember the saints and martyrs. And the night before, well, that became All Hallows' Eve. Over time, this evolved into the Halloween we know today. But have we just given a dark tradition a makeover, or is there something deeper Christians need to consider before celebrating? What does the Bible say? Now let's get to the heart of the matter. What does the Bible say about this? You won't find the word Halloween in the Bible, but you will find clear guidance on how Christians should deal with the spiritual realm. Deuteronomy 18 verses 10 to 12 warns us, "Let no one be found among you who sacrifices their son or daughter in the fire, who practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft, casts spells, or who is a medium or spiritist or who consults the dead." Is celebrating Halloween harmless fun, or is it opening the door to something God clearly warns us against? Common Christian arguments. Not all Christians agree. Some say it's fine to celebrate Halloween as long as you don't engage in the dark side of it, like trick-or-treating or wearing innocent costumes. Others take a harder stance, believing it's dangerous to play with any tradition that has roots in witchcraft or paganism. Then there's another question. Can Halloween be redeemed? Some churches hold harvest festivals or trunk-or-treat events as alternatives. But is that enough? Or is Halloween inherently too dark for Christians to touch? Let's hear from some Christians who have experienced Halloween from both sides. One mother explains how she felt convicted to stop celebrating after her child had nightmares about ghosts. Another pastor shares how his church uses the holiday as a way to spread the gospel. But here's the twist. For every positive story, there's one that raises eyebrows. A youth leader shares how Halloween became a gateway for him to explore the occult. What would you do in his shoes? What would Jesus do? Now, we come to the ultimate question. What would Jesus say about Halloween? Would he walk through haunted houses, hand out candy, and wear costumes? Or would he call us to be set apart, to avoid even the appearance of evil? As Christians, we are called to be in the world, but not of it. Does Halloween pull us too far into the world's traditions, or can we use this day as a way to shine the light of Christ? So, should Christians celebrate Halloween? The answer isn't black and white, and it's up to each believer to pray, seek God's wisdom, and decide for themselves. But one thing is clear, this decision is not one to take lightly. The Bible reminds us that the devil prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. 1 Peter 5 verse 8. Be vigilant, be wise, and always ask, what would Jesus do? Here's something most people overlook when thinking about Halloween. The spiritual implications go far beyond just dressing up or trick-or-treating. Throughout history, Halloween has been connected to occult practices, witchcraft, and the supernatural. In today's world, movies, TV shows, and even decorations often glorify the demonic and paranormal. As Christians, we're warned to be on guard against evil. But what if, by celebrating Halloween, we're opening the door to something darker in our own lives? Something unseen. Something waiting to take hold. Many Christians have shared stories of feeling uneasy or even spiritually attacked after participating in Halloween activities. Is this a coincidence, or is there more going on behind the scenes? Now, some Christians have decided to take a different approach. Instead of embracing Halloween, they've created alternatives like harvest festivals or trunk-or-treat events, which focus on fun, family, and faith without the dark overtones. But, is that enough? Some say these alternatives still occur on the same day as Halloween, using similar imagery, and are only slightly modified versions of the same thing. Others believe it's a great way to reclaim the day for Christ. But where do we draw the line? What do you think? Are these alternatives truly different, or are we just dressing up the same old tradition with a new face? There's another side of Halloween that often gets ignored, the reality of spiritual warfare. Ephesians 6 verse 12 reminds us, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." Could it be that Halloween, with its emphasis on ghosts, witches, and demons, is not just a harmless tradition? What if it's part of a bigger spiritual battle we're not even aware of? A battle where the enemy uses these moments to deceive, distract, and divide Christians from their true purpose. And that begs the question, are we unknowingly walking into a battlefield every October 31st? Now, let's address something real: peer pressure. If you're a Christian parent, you've probably felt the tension. Your kids want to dress up, go trick-or-treating with their friends, and fit in. You don't want them to feel left out, but at the same time, you're unsure about the spiritual ramifications. Is it better to... Some Christian groups have embraced Halloween as a chance for outreach. They hand out candy with Bible verses, open their homes to neighbors, and use the night to spread the love of Christ. But here's where the tension rises again. Is it possible to walk the line between engaging the culture and staying true to the gospel? And if we're not careful, could we be compromising our faith without even realizing it? Modern-day paganism? Here's a question that's sure to spark debate. Has modern-day Halloween become a form of hidden paganism? While many see it as innocent fun, others argue that the holiday still carries the spiritual weight of its ancient roots. Witchcraft and New Age practices are on the rise, and some believers wonder if Halloween is subtly drawing people toward the occult without them even realizing it. The Bible is clear about avoiding anything connected to sorcery, mediums, or the dark spiritual realm. So, when we dress as witches or watch horror movies featuring demonic themes, are we unintentionally opening a door? Could Halloween be more than just candy and costumes? Could it be a gateway to something far more dangerous? Let's hear from those who know this world firsthand. Former witches who've become Christians have revealed some shocking truths about Halloween. They share that, for many in the occult, Halloween is not just a fun holiday. It's a sacred day of rituals and spells. They've warned that participating in Halloween can open spiritual doors, and even seemingly innocent acts like dressing as a witch can invite dark forces into our lives. Is this just fear-mongering, or is there real spiritual danger that we've been ignoring? What's the verdict? So, what's the final answer? Should Christians celebrate Halloween? After looking at its history, the Bible's warnings, real-life testimonies, and the spiritual implications, we're left with a challenging question. Can we engage with this holiday and remain true to our faith, or is it a line we should never cross? The answer may not be the same for everyone. Some believers will feel the conviction to avoid it entirely. Others may see it as an opportunity for outreach. But one thing is clear: whatever choice we make, it should be rooted in prayer, discernment, and a desire to honor God. So, what will you choose? Thank you so much for watching. I know this is a tough topic, but it's one we need to address as believers. I want to hear from you. Should Christians celebrate Halloween? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful or thought-provoking, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and make sure to subscribe for more content just like this. And of course, hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload together. Let's keep seeking the truth and staying faithful to God's Word. Until next time, stay blessed and stay vigilant.